Mulan.
We're back.
Okay, we're back. Okay, for our second movie is George.
My movie. So Mulan.
Do you know why the phoenix sits on the right hand of the emperor? She is his guardian, his protector. That she's both beautiful and strong. Your job is to bring honor to the family. Do you think you can do that?
Citizens, we are under attack from northern invaders.
Their leader calls himself Ori Khan.
Fights alongside a witch.
No survivors. By edict of His Imperial Majesty, every family must contribute one man to fight.
Have you no son?
I am blessed with 2 daughters. I will fight.
We must be strong. This time he will not return. Loyal, brave, and true. It is my duty to protect my family.
Ancestors, please protect her.
What is your name, soldier?
Hua Jun, Commander, son of Hua Zhou.
We're going to make men out of every single one of you.
Close the gate!
The spirit is evident, but something holds you back.
When they find out who you are, they will show you no mercy. I'm Hua Mulan. I will bring honor to us all.
It's Mulan. It's a live-action adaptation of the 1998 Disney movie called Mulan.
Big stretch there.
Right, that is based on a Chinese folklore, the ballad of Mulan, which is Hua Mulan. That was, I think, what was it? It was written in the North and Southern dynasties, 4th, 5th, 6th century, about this.
About the what?
Slow
down, George. I can't understand.
What?
It's about a female warrior from the Northern and Southern dynasty era, 4th and 6th century in China.
Okay.
So, and it's basically based on her stories. There's poems and songs written about her. So the movie, let's not go into history because I always do that.
Well, that's fine.
The movie's
I thought it was kind of interesting.
the movie's directed by Nikki Carroll, who also wrote and directed Whale Rider. She's the same.
Yeah.
Right.
And it stars Jifei Liu as Mulan, Donnie Yen, as Commander Tong, Johnny Yen, Ip Man from Ip Man fame.
Yeah.
Jason Scott Lee, Borican. Jason Scott Lee was really big. He played Bruce Lee back in that day, and he was Mowgli in the Jungle Book. He's the bad guy.
What did he play in this movie?
He's the bad guy, the main bad guy, the Borican from the Khan.
Really?
So and I saw the movie.
Oh,
that
did
he's
you,
bad
Jet Li?
guy. And Jet Li also, he's in it. He plays the Emperor of China, which I had no idea. So it's Gong Li.
He watched the whole movie and didn't realize
yeah,
it was
exactly.
Jet
So
Li.
these people
Either. I didn't recognize.
So-
Wow.
Anyway, so it's a lot of names. So, but those are the main characters.
Oh my God! It's like I felt so sorry for you. Okay.
But the plot. So the plot is in Imperial China, an outpost is invaded by ruined warriors under the leadership of Bori Khan, which is Jason Scott Lee.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. What kind of warriors?
Oh, Ruran. Roran. R-O-U-R-A-N. Roran. In fact, they want to go into this. So they are assisted by a witch, like Xiangyang. So the emperor issues a conscription decree ordering every family to contribute one man to fight Khan's forces.
Like the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Actually, I saw another movie that was really good. That was called Twin Life. So the Imperial soldiers arrive in Mulan's village to enlist, recruits, and her elderly and frail father is forced to, pledge his service. He's the only male in the family; he has no sons. So, realizing that her father has no chance to survive, Mulan flees with his armor, horse, and a sword to join in his place, pretending to be a boy. So that's pretty much the plot. I never saw the Disney movie, the actual cartoon, but it's basically an exact adaptation of that, minus the singing, dancing, and the little furry characters. Right. But it felt like, one thing I read about it was that they wanted to make it really intense and like very adult, but they also want to make it for kids because it's Disney. Right. So it kind of missed both points. I could have, for my personal interest, I would have preferred to be less Disney and would have been more like Hero or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Right. Because it almost had that feel, that the cinematography, it was amazing, that the color, everything, but it did have a touch of that Disney. But it was still enjoyable. So I still enjoyed it. Okay,
the movie again was beautifully shot. It was like I couldn't take my eyes off it. This was the cinematographer. I also is Mandy Walker. She was great. The music was amazing. Harry Gregson Williams, but I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was so beautiful. But I did think the story was a little ingenue. The story. Mulan is actually based on a real person, a lore, right? Right? And that story is quite tragic. It's nothing like this story. Right. And I thought that you made a really funny point that they were saying it's all women. All the writers are women except for one. And somebody had made the comment that was probably the
this one male writer. It was probably his decision to have her throw her hair out during battle.
Because you don't throw your hair out in battle. But anyways, but I had problems with I'm riveted to this beautiful
scenery,
color, and just the stuff was just amazing. I'm also thinking, well, she's actually there for 10 years. In reality, she was. Ooh. It's like, how do you go to the bathroom with all these men around you and you're still covering being a girl? What do you do about your period? It's like these things are what I'm thinking, right? What do you do about your period? But so my theory is, I think they knew. She was a very good swordsman. She was a very good fighter. Right. And I do not believe you could hide that for 10 years, that you were a woman. There's just too many stuff that happens as women that you would be hard to cover in that kind of a army, kind of all guys around you stuff. So
it's kind of like, a thing where, if you're good at something, they'll accept you.
It's fun.
Like if a cat can play jazz guitar, they'll be like, hey, come and join the band. Or you see in sports too, where I hate Tom Brady. Oh, he joins my team. Okay, Tom Brady, I love Tom Brady.
No, I disagree. I think because it's men, and men don't notice things women notice, I think if you can convince them in the first year, you can do it.
Well, that's a good point, but I think...
but things like having your period, having to go to the bathroom, you can hide that.
Not in that kind of remember, they didn't have separate stalls.
No, I know.
And what do you do they didn't have Tampax. What do you think you
leave like everybody else did.
Yeah, but you might bleed through occasionally in the heat of battle.
And you might, you know what I mean? Those things are... Well, men are detail oriented.
These are the things I was thinking about at the time, right? That was distracting me. But like I said, it was based on a true story. The actual story of Mulan is really quite tragic. But and also I had a problem. I didn't have a problem. It's like it doesn't bother me. Disney doesn't bother me. I like The Little Mermaid. So as long as that's what I'm watching. This one seemed too adult for children, but too
childish for adults.
Childish for adults. I would like a little more. Like I said, I kept thinking about the technicalities of it.
Right.
It's like I think I would have liked a little more meat in that story. That's all.
Can I get one head cut off?
No, I see. I agree with you both. I think the thing that made the movie not as good as it could be was they tried to balance, like Crouching Tiger. That was a great movie, right?
Yes.
They tried to make it too Disney, and they tried to make it too adult, and they failed at both because now it became it's like it became gray. You know, nothing. So when I'm watching it, and I love action movies, love fight movies, but this had, you know, it had the nice choreography, picked the right girl to play the part, but it was so what's the word? Milky toast, milk toast. It was very
Well,
because there was no dramatic, there was no ups and downs. Everything was middle.
The real Mulan is actually a much more interesting story.
They should have made it more adult.
Yeah, I say, you know, the kids already had their cartoon. Give us those of the actual movie.
They should have made, and I think because there's really nothing in it, you could have made it more adult and more exciting. It wasn't exciting, and my God, with all that action, it should have been.
But it was beautiful. I mean, like I said, I could not take my eyes off the screen. I was like, it was like a swirl of colors.
But you know, all Asian movies have that.
I know.
But they're exciting.
And
even the fight scenes weren't exciting.
Oh, I thought they were great.
They were good.
I thought the choreography was amazing. It was like everything was amazing. I thought the weakness of anything was in the writing. You know, everything else was great. You know, the visual.
I thought the Milky White, not the Milky White,
toast.
the milk toast. I can't even say it right.
I know what you mean. We know.
It just everything was watered down so much. That's what I mean right there. Watered down that there was no excitement in it. Like even in battle, like going to battle should have been exciting. Her finding out who she was. The one I liked the best was the witch.
Oh,
because she was really not a bad person in it. And you see that because the person who really helps her is the witch in an odd way from
she's the one that had the most conflict actually.
Woman to woman, explaining things to her. And because this girl's trying to fit into a man's world, and she can do it, but she's missing the point of her life. And so, and even in the ending where the family accepts her so well, I mean, you could write it.
It was Disney-ized.
Yeah, but even not good Disney. You know what I mean? Like, look at Bambi.
Well,
even Bambi, they kicked it in.
If this was a story for young children, I think it was great.
Like how old? How old do you think this movie's? Like what age group?
I'd say 14 and under.
Really, that old?
Yeah, because this is a young woman hero,
right?
You know, heroine, and she's, you know, I think that they could identify with her. I just think that, like I said, pick what you are. It's like if you're an adult movie,
right?
You need a little more.
That's what broke this movie down.
Yeah,
is because they didn't pick. And funny enough, I think kids would have loved it as an adult movie. It would have made it more exciting.
Because you know what, there are great movies that involve children that like Super 8 that we did.
Right.
That is very
Great
so there are great movies that with young kids that.
And you really get the impact. Yeah, you really get the impact of
E.T.,
heartbreak, separation. Yeah. This movie, for me, it didn't. It was just. And I kept thinking. All I kept thinking was, this movie is really not exciting like it could be. And I mean, that story alone, it's like you have to work really hard to make it not exciting. And that's the problem with Mulan, the movie.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely shocked that Jet Li was the emperor and I didn't recognize him.
Yeah,
Jet Li?
I didn't recognize Jet Li at all.
I cannot believe I'm the one who recognized Jet Li. I cannot believe
I mean,
that.
Jet Li,
that should have told you something's wrong with this movie.
Remember that great scene in Hero? Jet Li fights Donnie Yen.
Yes.
When there's a blind man playing the Chinese string instrument. And they're playing the snow. That great fight scene. That's Donnie Yen and Jet Li.
Hero. I'm sorry. Hero.
Well,
and we haven't done that movie.
Yes, we have.
Oh, we did. That's in my top 5.
Hero would be in.
Oh, that's in a different league. It's different league.
It's a grown-up movie, and it's an amazing.
And children
movie.
could watch it.
Absolutely. But this totally felt like Disney.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed
Well,
in
like,
Disney because even if it's for young children,
For young children, I think it would be fun. Except, why would you spend all that money? They don't need it. They don't even
they
care.
wasted. They wasted.
It's kind of
They-
wasted.
Yeah, it's wasted because then pick another movie. Don't make, they already got the cartoon. As George
Exactly.
says, this
Give
one
us-
is for the adults.
Give us more movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you should think about that, Disney. I think you should think about,
Stop over compromising.
yes, make a real movie about a real woman who really existed. And if you could make it all that kind of cinematography, but give us some,
Reality.
I don't know, meat, you
Yeah.
know?
Don't make me call Nikki Carroll. He did one writer. Oh, she did this one. You're right.
Okay,
I'm surprised.
okay.
She did that one writer.
I think we've beaten this one to
Yeah,
death.
right.
So,
Okay, so, oh yeah, we gotta rate it.
okay, so that was your movie, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I give it, it's complicated.
Okay, I'll give mine because I'm fast.
Okay.
I give it a 6. That's when I think of you, Disney, and I usually love you.
Yeah, she does. I'm torn between 7 and 8. 8 because the technological visual part of it was so beautiful. I'm
For
gonna
$20 a ticket, how long can you look at that beauty?
7.
Yeah, right. I was gonna give it half, but then they charged 20, 30 bucks. 7 too.
Okay, I'm gonna have a.
So-
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll be quick.
Oh yeah. We'll be back.